हेलो एवरीवन। इस वीडियो में हम क्लास 10th फुट ब्रीथ विदाउट फीट का चैप्टर 3 रीड करेंगे जिसका नाम है द मिडनाइट विजिटर। तो चलिए शुरू करते हैं। A usable did not fit any description of a secret agent Flower had ever never read. Following him down the misty corridor of the Blomy French hostel, where a usable had a room, Flower felt let down. It was a small room on the sixth and top floor, and secretly a setting for a romantic adventure. A usable was for one thing fat, every fat, and then there was his accent. Though he spoke French and German passably, he had never altogether lost the American accent he had bought the Paris from the Boston 20 years ago. You are disappointed, Usable said. Weasley over his shoulder, you were told that I was a secret agent, SP dealing in uh, experience of experience and danger. You wished to meet me because you are writer, young and romantic. You envious mysterious finger in the night the cracker of the pistols drug in the wine. Instead, you have spent a dull evening in a French music hall with the sloppy fat man who, instead of having messages spilled into his hand by dark-eyed beauties, gets only a Porsche's telephone call making an appointment in his room. You have been bored. The fat man chuckled to himself as he unlocked the door of his room and stood aside to let his trusted guest enter. You are disillusioned, usable, told him, but take cheer, my young friends, presently. You will see a paper, a quite important paper for which several men and women have risked their lives. Come to me someday soon. That paper may well affect the course of history in what thought in drama. Is there not? As he spoke, Usable closed the door behind him. Then he switched on the light, and as the light came on a flower, had his first authentic thrill of the day. For halfway across the room, a small automatic pistol in his hand stood a man. Usable blinked a few times. Max, he whizzed. You gave me quite a start. I thought you were in Berlin. What are you doing here in my room? Max was surrender a little less than tall, with a future of suggests silently the crafty, pointed contents of a fox. There was about him, aside from the gun, nothing especially menacing. The report he murmured, the report that he being brought to you tonight, conquering some new missiles. I thought I would take it from you. It will a safer in my hands than in yours. Usable moved to an armchair and sat down heavily. I am going to raise the devil with the management this time, and you can bet on it, he said grimly. This is the second time in the month, and somebody has got into my room, thought the musician of the balcony. Flower's eyes went to the single window of the room. It was an ordinary window, against which now the night was pressing backly. Balcony Max said with a rising inflection, no, a Pasky, I did not know about the balcony. It might have saved me some trouble and trouble had I known. It is not my balcony, Usable said with the extreme irritation. It balcony to the next apartment. He glanced ex- explanatory at Flower. You see, he had this room used to be a part of a large unity, and the next room through the door there used to be the living room. I had the balcony which extend under my window now. You can get onto it from the empty room two doors down, and somebody did the last month. The management promised to block it off, but they have not. Max glanced at Flower, who was standing stiffly, not far from Usable, and waved the gun with the commanding gestures. Please sit down, he said. He have a wait of half an hour, I think. 31 minutes, Usable said moodily. The appointment was the 12:30. I wish I knew how you learned about the report. Max the little space smiled evilly, and he wished we knew how your pupil got the report, but no harm has been done. I will get it back tonight. What is that? Who is at the door? Flower jumped at the sudden knocking at the door. Usable just smiled that they will be the police. I said I thought that such an important paper as the one we are waiting for should have a little extra protection. I told then a check on me to make sure everything was all right. Max bit his lip nervously. The knocking was repeated. What will you do now, Max? Usable asked. If I don't not answer the door, they will enter anyway. The door is unlocked, and they will not hesitate to shoot. Max's face was black with anger as he backed swiftly towards the window. He swung a leg over the sill, sent the way he roamed. I will wait on the balcony. Send then away, or I will shoot and take my chance. The knocking at the door became louder, and a voice was raised. Mr. Usable, Mr. Usable. Keeping his body twisted so that his gun still covered the fat man, and he guessed the man and at the window grabs the frame with his free hand to support himself. Then he swung his other leg up and over the window shield. The doorcom turned swiftly. Max pushed with his left hand to free himself from the sill and dropped to the balcony. And then, as he dropped, he screamed once shrilly. The door opened, and a waiter stood there with a tray, a bottle, and two glasses. Here is the drink you ordered you when you returned, he said, and set the tray on the table. Jeffrey uncorked the bottle and left the room. White-faced Flower started after him, but he screamed the police. There were no police. Usable sign only Henry, whom I was expecting, but would not that man out on the balcony. Flower began. No, said Usable, he would not return. You see, my young friend, there is no balcony. धन्यवाद.